Ladies and gentlemen and everything in between, hello, welcome to the channel. You guys know that the Olympics is going on right now, which is like a worldwide event, brings all different cultures, countries, people, everybody looks different, brings us all though together. Yeah. It got me thinking, you know, the American flag, you have the stripes, you have the stars, it's kind of different, it has a lot of metaphors behind it, and it stands out. But then you look at the European flags and they're all basically just carbon copies of each other. You know, you got the three colorways, striped this way, green, yellow, blue, then you got blue, yellow, green, then you got yellow, blue, green. It's all basically the same. But someone from Europe who is not like the others is Wales. The Welsh people have arguably the coolest and most like badass flag in the entire world. They feature an entire dragon on their flag. Today we're going to be learning the history of that. This video is called The Welsh Flag, History and Meaning of the Red Dragon. Something had to have happened in their history for them to like take a dragon and put it on their national flag, and I want to know. So yeah, here we go into the Welsh people and a new series. Let's go. Subscribe if you're here, like the video, check out my other channel, DM me videos over on Instagram. Let's get this channel to 10K, and yeah, here we go.
When a while back I asked people
Thick accent already.
If they wanted to see a video on the British flag. They said that it would be incredibly boring and that they really didn't want to see something like this.
Oh.
So, following the voice of reason, I decided to do an entire series on it. I know, you're welcome. Now, in this video, I'm going to look at the flag.
You can't tell me when you see that you don't think just like, if I'm in the 1800s with my little cavalry outfit, you know, you got the little leather shit and the helmet and all that stuff, and it's just like the Vikings. Coming up on shore are people with the dragon on their flag. I'm getting the fuck out of Dodge. I am running to the hills. I'm getting out of there. You're about to be slaughtered. You have a dragon on your flag. Intimidation tactics, superior.
Flag of Wales. And you might be thinking, but hold on a minute, there is nothing on the Union Jack, the British flag, that has anything to do with Wales. But then I'm going to look at that in some more detail in this video. So, of course, this is the... I don't know how that got on there. There we go, that's better. So the flag of Wales is this beautiful specimen in front of you. And, of course, the biggest part of that is the red dragon in the middle. And, of course, then we have a white field as half of it, as the background, and a green field as the other half. So let's look at the dragon, which is called the Dragon of Cadvalder.
Welsh. Dragon of Cadvalder. Hold on. How do you say it? Cadvalder.
Dragon, which is called the Dragon of Cadvalder.
Cadvalder. The C is kind of like a G. Dragon of Cadvalder. The W is a V, kind of how they do it in Swedish? Or one of the Nordic countries. Speaking of Nordic country, we're reacting to more Nordic countries today after this video, so stay tuned. But the Dragon of Cadvalder. Is it like y'all's mascot, or is it just like America has the eagle as our national animal, your dragon? Though it's debatable if they even existed in like real time. But then again, y'all are into like the folklore and all that stuff, so yeah.
And the Dragon of Cadvalder belonged to a man named Cadvalder ap Cadwallon, and he was king of a country in the north of Wales called Gwynedd. And his father was a man called Cadwallon, and that's how you get the ap in Welsh is son of.
That's another thing I really enjoy though, like the history. He said they were around in the 600 AD. What the heck?
And his father was a man called Cadwallon, and that's how you get the ap in Welsh is son of. And actually Cadwallon, I think I've mentioned him before, he's called Cadwallon ap Cadfan, son of Cadfan, and he's important because he, a lot of the time in the Dark Ages, was waging war with Northumbria, and he ended up killing two kings of Northumbria.
Badassery, Mr. Cadwell. Shoutouts to you. You know, I'm a Christian myself, but spread Christianity, convert the Vikings to Christianity. Mind your damn business and stay within your borders. I say this all the time. Defeated Northumbria, probably whooped Wessex and Essex's ass. Shoutouts to the Cadvalder people of Wales. Ugh, stay in your little borders.
Northumbria, and he ended up killing two kings of Northumbria, Edwin, as well as the other king was King Oswald of Northumbria, and he's the one who gave us our Northumbrian flag. So he's a bit of an enemy of the Northumbrians, but he's a very interesting character. But back to the dragon. This red dragon isn't the only one that's mentioned. In fact, there is another one, a white dragon, and these two are meant to be in conflict. Now, the red dragon is representative of the British peoples, the Brythonic peoples, of which the Celts or the Welsh are one, and the white dragon is representative of the Anglo-Saxons, the Germanic invaders.
Okay, so in my mind, I thought the Anglo-Saxons and the British people were one and the same throughout history, but no, he just said that the Welsh people are kind of like relatives of the British people, and they represent the red dragon, and the white dragon are the Anglo-Saxons who were trying to conquer and invade everybody and convert and didn't know how to mind their business, basically. And it's kind of weird because even when you look back at the Euros, like, you had the Irish and Scottish people praying for the downfall of England, but then you got the Welsh people, like, the other brother in the United Kingdom, kind of, like, on the same side as the British people. So it's funny how there's, like, it's like a conflict of siblings in the United Kingdom.
Who arrived in Britain during the 5th century. Now, it's said that there is a great struggle between the two, and the first time we hear about this is a story about King Vortigern, who was apparently the king at the time of the first Anglo-Saxon invasions. He was trying to build a castle, but it kept being destroyed. Every night, he would go home and his workforce would go home to find that all they had done the previous day had been taken down.
That would piss me off.
This, he finds out later, is due to two dragons, one red and one white, fighting each other beneath the earth.
Folklore. Folklore. I don't know. I just don't believe in fairies, and I don't believe in dragons. I know it's y'all's culture, but then you could argue, well, Favour, you believe in a man in the sky. I do. So I understand it, it's just I don't believe it. But cool story.
And this then later evolved into a whole story to do with Merlin, that the red dragon was the British and the white dragon were the Anglo-Saxons, and this was this ultimate struggle between the two for control of the island, until, as the Celtic mythology said, a hero would come, a prophecy hero would come back and eventually drive the white dragon out. And it's not happened yet, so watch out, everyone.
Ooh.
But there is also another dragon, which is a yellow dragon, like the one used by the Anglo-Saxons as well, which is called the Wyvern, and this is seen on the flag of Wessex, one of the Anglo-Saxon kingdoms.
Now that is pretty cool, actually. And we all know Wessex hasn't existed in, like, forever. I learned that in my comment section, actually. But yeah, you had the Welsh people with their red dragon, you had the Anglo-Saxons who were actually Germanic ancestry with the white dragon going against the British people and the Welsh people. But then hold up, you got another flag for the Anglo-Saxons, and they were yellow. Cool.
One used by the Anglo-Saxons as well, which is called the Wyvern, and this is seen on the flag of Wessex, one of the Anglo-Saxon kingdoms. Yeah. However, the Welsh also had a yellow dragon, which was used on the flag of a man called Owen Glyndŵr, and Owen Glyndŵr was a 15th century, late 14th century Welsh freedom fighter who rose up against the English in rebellion in Owen Glyndŵr's rebellion.
Shout out to Owen Glyndŵr. Obviously it didn't work because Wales is still a part of the United Kingdom, but, you know, fighting for his independence, I can understand it. I am American after all.
Owen Glyndŵr was a 15th century, late 14th century
Welsh
freedom fighter who rose up against the English in rebellion in Owen Glyndŵr's rebellions. Very interesting character there. Yeah. Now, the first time we really see a flag that's very similar to the modern Welsh flag is in 1485 with Henry Tudor, who raised his standard, which is this standard, above the Battle of Bosworth. And because he won the Battle of Bosworth, this flag has gone down in history. And this is where...
Wow. So this one guy winning this one battle basically, like, established the national flag that we still have today for Wales. Shout out to him. Wow. Do y'all learn about him in your history books? I'm sure you did. Or you should, anyway. That's crazy.
Tudor, who raised his standard, which is this standard, above the Battle of Bosworth. And because he won the Battle of Bosworth, this flag has gone down in history. And this is where the modern Welsh flag comes from.
It's cool.
Now we also have this flag, which is based on that one, of course, and this was used from the start of the 19th century up until 1953.
Yeah, I like how they switched it, though, to the entire bottom being green and the top being white. And again, I think it modernized it, I guess. Instead of having this little patch of grass or this big ass dragon, you have the entire bottom half being green. And you know how I referenced in the intro of this video that most flags in Europe have the stripes? You've got Ukraine, which is blue, yellow, white. You've got Germany, that's red, yellow, black. Basically all the flags over in Europe are the exact same, just different coordinations of colors and stripes. But then you've got Wales standing out with a big ass dragon. So it's modernized and it's really cool.
When it was replaced with this flag, which is of course the modern Welsh flag.
This one.
Again, the dragon from the red Dragon of Cadvalder, and of course the green and the white from Henry VII, who also had that on his banner. Now there is another flag which is used, which has the Welsh dragon on, which is the flag of Puerto Madryn.
Puerto Madryn. Shout outs to you, but I don't like your flag. I feel like the blue and the red is so harsh that it kind of contrasts the coolness of the blue. With Ukraine, it works, the yellow and blue, because it's like very vibrant, two vibrant colors mixing together. But here you have like the passion of red contrasting with the like softness of baby blue. Not even baby blue, it's like a sky blue even. Do you care about the colors? No. So let's keep going.
Which is it was Welsh speaking. I think there is still a Welsh speaking community there in
we need to learn about the Welsh
which is
language.
why they have the light blue and white stripes, just like on the Argentinian flag.
How the heck did Argentina encapsulate the Welsh language? Argentina is in South America, which is close to America, which is on the whole other side of the world, and Wales is over. There has to be like colonization or imperialization or something mixing on. We gotta learn that history. How the heck did Argentina get culture from Wales? We'll research it and react.
And another flag that's associated with Wales is associated with the patron saint, who is St. David, and that's this flag, which is black and yellow, and very similar to the Cornish flag. I believe it's even the same.
Seems dangerous.
And the reason that they use this flag, obviously he's the patron saint, and a few years ago a company tried to advertise this flag as a more nationalistic flag for the Welsh, as in that of course they could use this to represent the patron saint. Because in England, St. George's flag is the cross, which is on the flag. In Scotland, it's St. Andrew, which is also on the flag. And in Ireland, at least initially, it was St. Patrick's flag, which is the red saltire.
Yeah, the only saint I've heard of is St. Patrick, and we actually celebrate St. Patrick's Day here in America. Don't know what the holiday is for, I just know you wear green that day, and you can go and get beers and stuff, and there's like leprechauns and pubs and stuff like that, but yeah, the only saint that I've ever heard of is St. Patrick. And I know St. Peter from the Bible, but don't know his story.
So they thought this would be like that, because obviously the Welsh flag is a little bit different. But it's not meant to replace the dragon flag, it's meant to fly alongside it. And, of course, then we have the issue that there is no Welsh representation
in the
on the flag. So some people have thought that they could place this dragon on instead.
In my opinion, it just seems a bit cluttered. Because you already have three colors, and the crossing and everything going on, and then on top of that you throw the dragon on, and all the lines and symmetry there. It's a bit overpowering. But again, no disrespect, if you want to do it, but for aesthetic purposes, I just wouldn't go with this. I feel like maybe give it a little box and throw the dragon in, or, you know, whatever. Or do what the Japanese do and have, like, the stripes coming out of the dragon like it's a sun. Even right here, it's, like, off-centered. Not my preference, not gonna lie.
And then you have a flag like that, or that they make the background the colours
That's kind of cool.
The
harshness
David's
matches
flag
now.
instead, so that they represent the Welsh then, but they're not entirely sure how they're going to resolve that. So thank you very much for...
Alright, well, that was the Welsh flag. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. Let me know how the heck Argentina got Welsh ancestry and history into their country over in South America. Or should we just react to it? And let me know what other content you want to see on the channel, because I'm down to do it all. As I said, Scandinavia is a new video that's coming up right after this one, so stay tuned for that. See you in the next one. Appreciate it. Bye.